Geez, guys, don't sneak up on me like that. Oh, what's this you say? This piece of junk that I'm working on that I'm practically destroying? Well, let me show you guys what I got. What's up, everybody? This is T-Roy here with T-Roy's Toys. And what you see here, what you got is one of my not so great marketplace finds that hopefully I'm going to make it somewhat usable, somewhat better than it was. I can't guarantee it'll be better, but it will definitely be different. Or it might be scrap. Who knows? Anyway, let me show you guys this thing. So guys, I've been looking for a little yard trailer for my SpeedX right there. Just something I can use around the yard that I can fit through a gate. And I didn't have to use a whole, trailer. Just something a little bit smaller, something I could use. And this thing actually is supposed to tilt. It's locked up right now at the moment. I'm hoping to free that up. But yeah, it looked better online than it actually did in purpose. And I just now saw this here, this little rust hole, so that's nice. I'm not sure how quite I'm going to fix that. But that tire's toast. I think that rim's no good. It was supposed to have a tailgate at one time. It no longer does. I'm not sure how we're going to fix that, but yeah, got a couple holes there, and it's just it's really roached out, guys. It's really in bad shape. On this side over here, we're actually we're missing a wheel, so that's nice. So, anyway, the other wheel's no good anyway. We're gonna have to buy two. Yeah, I mean, just buying one wheel, that's kind of a pet peeve of mine, because you can't get one that's going to look exactly like that one. It's going to look different. Yeah, but anyway, guys, this is our newest project. I'm not sure of the brand. If anybody knows, if you recognize that, who made that, comment down below, let me know. But anyway, I'm going to try my best to squeeze a little bit more life out of this thing. So anyway, guys, I don't know if you're going to call it a restoration or a fix-up, but anyway, we're going to make it better. All right, guys, let's get to it. Guys, I'm not even done yet, but let me show you some metal Swiss cheese if you ain't ever seen it before. Look at that. It's almost like you could, I guess it keeps it from holding water now. Yeah, it's I still got some wire willing to go, but yeah, she's pretty rotted out. This is some of the rust flakes or chunks or whatever you want to call it's coming off of it. Yeah. Now guys, the sweat you see on me, I sweat easy, but it's like 90 degrees today and there's very little wind. I'm getting a little bit of a breeze now, and I'm thanking the Lord for that. But anyway, guys, this thing's supposed to be a tilt trailer, So I'm gonna take a break from wire wheeling and give my drill a rest. I gotta charge another battery anyway. Let's see if I can get this thing to tilt back, because it's been locked up. I hadn't even been able to get the pin out. So anyway, let's see what we can make happen. Let's see if I can get this thing off. I don't know if you guys can see that, but even the wheels rusted out. That's amazing. Good job. Alright guys, I've been trying to get this thing to tilt, and this thing here has been locked up. So I've been spraying her with a little good old WD-40. And I have PD Blaster, and that works a little bit better, but I can't find it at the moment. So anyway, we're just going to use what we got. She's moving a little bit better than I thought she would. Don't complain about that. The way this thing's going, I'll take anything I can get. Guys, I don't think this thing's homemade. I think it's professionally built, because otherwise somebody did a really good job a long time ago. Just wish they'd done something for the rust. Yeah, it clears. It barely does. Spray some on the hinge. Let's see if we can't make this thing move a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe just need a little bit more leverage. There we go. Oh yeah. Alright guys, we got us a tilt trailer now. Hang on, don't get away from me just yet. Whew. Well, alright guys. I'm not quite finished with her, sanding her and stuff. I've got pretty much the bed, the bottom part of the bed done. It's supposed to rain and stuff tomorrow, but I'm going to try to salvage what little of this I can. So we're going to throw some paint on it. This is just some silver paint that I had later. We're not going to paint the trailer silver. Just probably paint it red. I hadn't really decided yet. But just, this is the bottom that's so rusted out. It's going to take multiple coats just to try to save what little of it's left. Anyway, guys, I'm going to give you a look at this thing, and then we're going to throw some paint on it. Trailer floor. That's about the worst of it there. It's still, I mean, it's still fairly solid. You know, they made it out of pretty good steel, but we need to, I got an idea. You know, it's a good temporary fix, but anyway, let's throw some paint on this thing. Well, alrighty guys, we got the bottom painted, and I even went around the outside and some of the cracks and stuff, just try to seal some of that up. Anyway guys, we're gonna let this set up for a few days and then we'll get back on it. Alright, now had some time, had a few days, did some thinking. I think I've got our little yard trailer problem figured out. Let me show you what I figured out. Alright, for our little trailer with the rusted out floor, I decided we're gonna go with a piece of plywood. I've already cut this the other night, and I've been putting some random cans of spray paint on it to help try to seal it up. And the final coat will be black. We'll try to make it have a black floor. Now, yes guys, I know a piece of plywood's not a permanent solution, but as rusty as this thing is, I mean, I'm hoping to get maybe another 5, maybe 10 years out of it, because it's to me, it's not really worth the money to put a sheet of metal in there. I mean, you're talking $200-300. Might as well buy a new one. But anyway, I think we could do this on a budget. All right, now guys, we're on the underside and on the inside of the bed. We're going to brush it on because we want it on thick. The outside we're going to spray it on, just kind of make it a little bit nicer, because it's a little bit nicer when you do it that way, if you do it right and you don't get any runs in it. The paint we're using is a rust oleum, the sunrise red. And another reason we're brushing it on is because I already have some of this, so we're trying to save as much money as we can. Speaking of which, it's the only paintbrush I had, so I didn't feel like going to the store and buying one. Anyway, here we go. Just put it on nice and thick. Hopefully keep it from rusting out on us. That's the main goal, guys, is just to make it look nice and to stop some of this rust from going any further. Alright guys, I'm going to continue putting this on. I'll get back with you when I'm done. Alright guys, we got the underside painted with the brush. Now we're going to do the outside. We're going to do spray paint. Try to make it look a little better. On this here, I use that hammered paint, and it just sprays like almost like a paint gun. I swap the top on that. We're going to see how that works out. Hopefully it does pretty well. Oh yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to finish this up and then I'll get back with you. Here she is so far. Looking pretty good. I tried to straighten that out. I banged on it a little bit and it got a little bit better. Yeah, she's looking a whole lot better already. It's amazing what a little bit of paint will do. Alright guys, let's put our new floor in. Alright. guess that handle was rotten. I got more where that came from. Ooh, guys, I had to bang her in there, and I messed up some of our new paint. Got her a little bit too tight. That's okay. I can touch that paint up, no big deal. I'm gonna find some screws and we're gonna screw it to the floor just to hold it down, even though I'm pretty sure it's not going anywhere. Like my sledgehammer did, it just fell apart. Crazy. But anyway, let me find some screws and let's put this floor in. Well, alrighty guys, yesterday evening I got the floor bolted down. I ended up going with some bolts, some carriage bolts, and did a little touch-up paint and stuff like that, and I thought I'd let it sit up before I finished it up today. Anyway, let me show you the floor and then we're going to put the wheels and tires on. Here's our floor, and I sprayed a little paint on these just to make it look a little better. I don't know why I care about making it look decent, but I think she turned out okay. She could probably use a little bit more paint, but honestly, I think it's going to be good enough. It's probably going to get scratched up and from me hauling junk and stuff anyway. Alright guys, let's put the wheels on. Well, alright guys, these are the wheels that I've got for our little yard trailer. I got these from Harbor Freight and they came with an assortment of bushings. I've already put the right bushings in it because it had the ones for the 3/4 shaft. I believe this is the 5/8 shaft. Loud trucks. But I believe this is a 5/8 shaft. These wheels, the old wheels came with a greaser. These did not, so I'm just gonna have to pack them with as much grease as possible. It should be fine, and you may have to take them off. We may have to take them off and service them, put more grease in it. That's just something nowadays, guys. They don't make things where you can service them anymore. It's kind of aggravating, but so is life. It's just how it goes. But yeah, these were, I think, about $24. It's a little pricey for Harbor Freight, but given the fact that we're limited on what size wheels we can run, and you will see that in a minute, but I think they'll work just fine. Anyway, let's get them greased up and put on. Alright guys, I went ahead and put some grease on the shaft here. Anyway, there's a little, I guess you call it a roll pin that stops it in the back. I'm trying not to scrape off all my grease. I was afraid I was going to get some of this on my hands. I just tried to keep it all packed in there. Well, best laid plans anyway. It'll be fine. And we'll put, and all this this little stuff here came with it. Came with the wheels. So I thought that was pretty neat. So maybe it was worth $24. I don't know. There we go. Now, it's supposed to have another pin that goes in here to hold it. I don't have any at the moment, so I'm going to use some copper wire. Oh, oh. I just hope the meth heads don't find out about it. Stealing my copper wire and my wheels will be coming off. There we go, guys. Now, it's not the prettiest thing, but then again, neither am I, so I think it'll work just fine. Let me show you I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me show you the clearance. This is why I was limited on the size of the wheel. Look at that clearance. Look how close that is. Ooh. Luckily, there's no suspension on this thing, so I don't have to worry about it going down with a load, hopefully. Yeah, it's almost touched. Matter of fact, if I actually overflate those tires, it might actually rub. We might have to try to find some another wheels if these don't work out, or if they start to be too much of an issue. I don't know. I already bought them. We're putting them on there. We're gonna see what happens. Anyway, let me put the other one back on. Anyway, let me put the other wheel on now. All right, guys. I don't know if y'all can see this, but sometime in the past, the little roll pin in the back that kept it in place sheared off at some point. I don't know when. So I'm just going to use some of the old washers from the old, or some of the washers from the old wheels, just to make up the difference. I don't have any roll pins, so we're gonna make do what we got. We're gonna make it happen. That's almost there. Put one of these new ones. I'm gonna try to keep all the grease in this one. If I can get the wheel on there. There we go. Getting a little worried there. It's like, don't tell me this is different. Washer on. Spacer. Oh, we got a little extra room here. Okay. Let me see if I can find another washer. I ended up using an extra plastic shim on the back side, and it gives us just enough. And I mean, it's tight. Matter of fact, it's almost too tight. Hopefully I can make this work. There. That'll work. That's the best I can do with all this grease all over my hands. Alright. One of the last things that we need to do to this, or that, I don't say we don't need to, but what I want to do to this is change this hitch. Because if you look at the Speed-X back there, and the four-wheeler, pretty much everything I have has a 2-inch ball. I don't have, really a setup for the pin, whatever you call that. If you know what this is called, comment down below, let me know. For this little pin hitch style. And I didn't want to have to always changing hitches, like taking that off. I just want to hook it up and go. I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, y'all know I love a good deal. I went to Raleigh's hardware store in Palestine, Texas the other day. I was just browsing around, and they had these on clearance. Now, This is not my favorite style of hitch. I'm not a big fan of these. Personally, I like the Bulldog hitches better. But this was on sale. I guess they were trying to get rid of old inventory. And I think it was like $2.50. So you know what? For $2.50, I'll take a gamble on it. And I've kind of already figured this out, how we're going to do it. Anyway, this will fit just perfect. And if I can run a bolt through here, and it should hold it pretty good. And if I ever decide I want to go back to this isn't permanently modified. I can just unbolt it, wham bam, thank you ma'am. So anyway, let's put her on. I'm gonna put this piece of brass that I cut horribly crooked in here to help so it doesn't try to close it. Does that make sense? Kind of has a bushing, I guess, or spacer, if you call it, if you will. I did have to drill an extra hole in this. I was hoping these were going to line up, but that's okay. I can make this work. And this little plate here was something out of my scrap pile that we made work. Put me a lock washer on it. Torque on it. And there we go. Pretty much we're done here. Now, you know me, I got to put my own little special twist on it. And one of my favorite things is decals. Decals just really just set it off. Now, this is not, I'm 99.7% sure this is not a real SpeedX trailer. But since I have a decal and it's going to be pulled with the SpeedX, I figured we're going to make it one. Anyway, now the biggest thing is y'all want to get it right first time. And once it's on there, it's on there. It's crooked. Oh man. Tell me that this decal's gone bad. That wouldn't be no fun. I think I saved it. Guys. Whew. So you got to be careful with these old decals. Sometimes they just don't want to let go. I think we saved it, guys. Man, of course, you know, we got to put a T-Rose Toys sticker on there. If you guys want one of these, send me an email down below and I'll mail you out a couple. Appreciate the support on that. We go. Now guys, one of the other things we're going to do is put some of these reflectors on there. Now this trailer is not highway, you know, you can't pull this on the highway, and I know I'm putting reflectors on there, but maybe it's just the old man in me coming out, but we're going to put them on there. I had them, they've been kicking around my stuff for a while, so we're just going to go ahead and just put them on there. Almost had it. Well, alrighty guys, here we go. Here's the finished product. We got her done. Let's hook her up to the SpeedX tractor and see how she pulls. Well, alright guys, there she is. There is the finished product. And I decided to put some screws in the reflectors, and I found some smaller SpeedX decals, so it doesn't look too bad. I figured them reflectors might come off sometime in the future, so because I don't trust that adhesive. But there we go, guys. She is complete. I'm sure the video, I don't know if the video is going to pick it up. This is kind of bent a little bit. It's not going to go any further. It's just because the slack it's in the hole there for the pin. But I might see if I can fix that. But anyway, I think that'll work pretty good for now. Well, alrighty guys, there you have it. There's our budget build of our little SpeedX lawn cart, or knockoff SpeedX lawn cart. It's not a real one, but anyway, I'm happy with it. All in all, you could say, now keep in mind I did use some material and stuff that I already had, and I got a pretty good deal on like the hitch and stuff like that. But so if you were to do this yourself, it would probably cost you a little more. But all in all, I think I'm maybe $110 into it, maybe $120, give or take, which I think I overpaid on the trailer because I didn't realize how bad it was. But honestly, I don't think they realized. But I think we saved it, or prolonged the inevitable anyway. If we kept it going, I could probably use this for another 5 to 10 years. Hopefully, maybe a little more. Maybe we'll fix it right the next time. Who knows? But anyway, guys, this will work for now. But I want to thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all did, please like, subscribe, all that mumbo jumbo everybody else always says. Thank you for watching, and I hope y'all have a good evening.